Hi, weary nightstand. How you doing? Might as well go and get started. I ain't got all day. So anyway, I hope that you guys are enjoying your weekend. Please tap the screen twice, and hit the like button, and share the video. So I just want to hop on real quick because I was surfing around the Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you. I was surfing around the sector, the beef sector, and I stumbled upon some very, very disturbing commentary. I was like, what in the world is going on around here? But let me tell you how I found out about this commentary. So, um, I came on here totally, first of all, to talk about something completely different. I don't know if you guys have seen that new Tyler Perry movie, Straw, starring Taraji P. Henson and Teyana Taylor. If y'all haven't, and Sherry Shepherd, if y'all haven't seen that movie on Netflix, it's called Straw. Please go watch that movie. It is, I'm like, oh my goodness. Excuse me, please double tap the screen and hit the like if y'all will. Tyler Perry, I had been over Tyler Perry for a while. I started not to even watch the movie because, in my opinion, Tyler Perry is part of the He-Man Black Woman Club. But he redeemed himself a little with that movie that I watched last night. I was like, that movie is so powerful. It is so sad. Like, it literally made me cry. I was like, oh my goodness, that is a good movie. Tyler Perry did a good job with this movie. It was not anti-black woman. It spoke about mental illness, how hard it was to be a single mom. And I don't want to give any spoilers away, but if you guys haven't watched that movie, please watch it, right? It is, wow. It is awesome. Go Tyler. Anyway, so I'm surfing around, as I'm going about I was actually shopping. I was like, let me get on there. Let me put my earbud in and see what's going on around the sector, right? So the first video I came upon was Tracy. And so Tracy I hadn't seen Sassy in forever. And Sassy had hit her link. And they were on there talking today. It was great to hear from Sassy and whatnot, right? She said that she is a cloud dweller these days. And honey, really, I really can't blame her because, the state of what's going on around here is sure madness. And they said something. I'm gonna quote it my way. Y'all, please double tap the screen and hit the like button, will you? And they said something about where like, as it pertains to the commentary in the sector, if it's gutter, it's good, or if it's gutter, it's okay. Now that's not their exact verbiage, but the gutter part, and being, people preferring, the gutterness of it all around here is okay, right? And so I agreed with that. Okay, so I'm listening to the video, and y'all know I don't watch Lemon, but they start talking about um Lemon, I guess, being on live. I don't know whether he was drunk or sober, and and he lived in some kind of downtrodden neighborhood and some kind of hood and all of this and all that, and he had something going on called Hood Chronicles or something like that, right? Hood something. It sounds like scary tales from the hood to me, right? But they started talking about him and some young guy that was supposed to be 20 years old. And I'm thinking, is this the young guy that is free, that has been, on camera with him, right? And so they said something like, I don't know if the guy was drunk or high, but he said he sat on the floor and he had a wet behind, and he told him to go lay on his bed. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? This is disturbing, right? And so they're telling that story. And then they said something about some other man named Eli or something. And him saying he don't want him touching on him or him trying to touch on him and all of this and all that, right? And I was like, oh my God. So I'm just sitting there listening. And I'm thinking he exposed himself, right? Hey, Bird, how you doing? Y'all please double tap the screen and share the video, will you? And so they started talking about a confrontation that had taken place on oh Lord, Pizarro's channel, right, between him and Jay Wilson, right? So I go over there, so I finished listening to what they had to say, right? And I go over there. And they was also talking about the lemonade spazzing out, and the way he spazzes out on people. What they call it these days, casting out or crashing out. That's what they call it, right? So anyway, I'm over there listening. So I read bottle to where I see Jay Wilson, and Jay Wilson is up there trying to have a conversation with him. Don't know if he's drunk or not. But Jay Wilson was basically saying to dude, you are very predatory. You are acting predatory. And what these people or these young folks are saying about you is very predatory. You almost 40 years old, basically. And I was like, oh my goodness, right? And so I got to thinking, you know what? That is so absolutely disgusting. That coupled with the fact that people really not are shocked by it, and people will do anything for gutter content around here. Because some people, from what I understand, are trying to cape for this predatory behavior, right? So I understand these men are younger than him. They're probably gay like him, and maybe that's why Jay Wilson, hit the link, to say something because it is predatory, bottom line, right? But for the fact that they let them explain it away and really are not alarmed by it at all, is beyond me. Like is anybody calling them out for real? I mean, I realize it's commentary, but honey, these allegations are horrible, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, ain't nobody gonna talk about it. So, um, they're getting into it. Lemon is trying to overtalk Jay Wilson. Oh, child, I was like, oh my God. But then it just brought my mind back to what Tracy and them said. Now we know that. Oh, and they also said that the sector is going down the drain when you false flagging people. Evidently that's how they fight these days. They porn bomb people. Evidently that's all right these days. In the sector and whatnot. And the whole thing is just pure disgusting, right? I'm like, oh my goodness. And the scary part about it is, when it's all said and done, are y'all listening to the fact that this man seems to be in a socioeconomically depressed neighborhood? And they said it was some guy stealing alcohol and selling it to him. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's just, I'm like, really? Now, it used to be a time in the sector where people would call stuff like this out. Especially if you don't expose yourself. And so, honey, I just want to come and get my little commentary on it. It ain't gonna take that long, but I don't see any, and nobody has to be in an uproar about it or anything like that. But y'all don't find that strange? See, I had said a long time ago that all the predators are online, right? So now they don't care to the point to where, they're exposing themselves online. This is nothing but demonic behavior, right? But I tell you one thing, him in that socioeconomically depressed neighborhood and touching on them little young boys like that is gonna get him up out of here. So one day he gonna be online, and then I understand the boys may possibly like be on drugs or something like that. So is he getting them high or drunk and then trying to be start touching on their wet behinds or what is really going on? That is disturbing, right? And they said he's obsessed with a couple of the guys over here, you know. But then you still got, and then I heard that the Lemonettes was over there, pretty much, weirdos as well. But birds of a feather flock together, child, I guess. But this ain't normal. It ain't normal. Ain't nobody. I mean, like, and then y'all gonna sit up there and let him. And Jay Wilson even mentioned, I think it was Jay Wilson that even mentioned him and Shy Kim. Now, when you think about what's been exposed about him being predatory, and then you go back to that Vegas footage and you think about that, the way they was play wrestling or play fighting or whatever with one another, and I'm thinking, is that the way he be doing them young boys? And is that why he like Shy Kim? Because Shy Kim is younger than him, I believe, but he's definitely a lot smaller than him. And so is that his thing? Is that what gets him off? I mean, it's just disgusting. But I tell you one thing, keep messing with them little boys, whether they drug addicted or not. Okay, it's predatory. But like I told y'all, like I've been saying, this whole I mean, you know what? There was a serial killer by the name of, I think his name was Son of Sam. Years and years ago. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the Son of Sam killer. He would dress up like a clown in order to lure these young men, into his home. And when they finally found out who the Son of Sam killer was, they pretty much ripped his home apart, and they found the bodies of several young men, buried, under his house. And I'm thinking, is this the type of mindset that Lemon has? Because this is very disturbing. And has somebody contacted the authorities? They like to call the police on everybody in the big sector for everything else. Has anybody contacted the authorities? Because this is very sketchy information. Okay? But you don't have, and then they also mentioned when I was on Tracy and listening to Tracy and Sassy, they were mentioning all the drama that was going on in this downtrodden neighborhood. They said something about kids being maced, and I'm like, what was that about? And I'm like, oh my God, well, like, where does he live? And I'm like, oh my God, but and you know what I'm thinking, when you got predators in the midst of that type of dysfunction, you know what I mean? How you doing, Dreamy Trini? Hey, Seven, I told y'all he's sick. Right, Seven? That's what it sounds like. Hey, Dr. Soapy. And but yeah, Seven, have you ever heard of the Son of Sam killer? Because that's what he put me in the mind of. Oh, was it John Wayne Gacy? So Gacy was the okay, no, the Son of Sam was the like, he was killing the women, right? So it was Wayne Gacy playing the clown with the young boys. Okay, thank you, Dr. Soapy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. But anyway, okay, so he lives in a socioeconomically depressed neighborhood. A lot of people in that neighborhood, the whole situation is very sick. And the fact that people are really not even phased about it over here, it really says a lot, right? And they still gonna be behind him. They still just love them some lemon. They still gonna be caping for him. You know what I mean? And it's yeah, told the boy to come lay on his bed. I was like, oh my God, really? Oh, and what was all of that stuff about a wet behind? It's really a bad look. Not only is it predatory and it's real, it's real disturbing to me, right? Because I take stuff like that serious. Because I'm thinking, okay, you're in a socioeconomically depressed neighborhood, right? You got these kids probably fending for themselves, probably these young gay men, or maybe they're not even gay. You're just attracted to them, so you're luring them, or you luring them in your home with drugs and alcohol, and then tell them to lay on your bed. And then that one, I don't know if it was Tracy or Jay Wilson or Sassy that said, the boy, one of them told him, I'm tired of you touching on me and all of this and all that. And I'm telling you what happened with Lemon, Stephanie. I was wondering how these so-called mothers can stand up. Yes, how can they stand up for him? They love him to death. I don't know if Beans and Cornbread is over there, but she'll be the number one coming to his defense, right? That, and then make it so bad. It's not even information that anybody found out, by nefarious means. Like, he pretty much doxed himself, from what I understand. Like, he had these talking to these people on camera, and said, the guy said, "Oh, you want to talk? You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it." And so he pretty much exposed himself. Now I don't know if they're, and then they're trying to blame it on, when it comes to predatory behavior like that, I don't blame it on alcohol or drugs. It is the mentality of the person. Seems as disappears. She's on. Oh, really? She's only on Discord now. She ought to be shaming herself. Okay. But they'll still be on. They'll still be over there caping for them. They're probably doing it right now, and not only them. Everybody else around here, because nobody minds the debauchery clearly anymore. Like I said on the video the other day, it seemed like what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong. Not only on YouTube, honey, but all over the world. But in our offline everyday lives. So is it shocking to me, really, that nobody is like disturbed by this? And like I said, I heard Jay Wilson calling them out on it, yesterday, and then he went and did a video. I think he was talking about it today. I really can't listen to that son of perdition very long myself, but it was the right message by absolutely the wrong messenger, in my opinion, because he looked like he a back alley dweller as well. He seems like he's a back alley dweller as well. And so, but when it comes to predatory behavior, that's absolutely predatory behavior. And I'm just, y'all please double tap the screen and hit the like button, will you? And I'm just shocked that like you got these panels going on, but why are they not having panels? Have you guys seen any panels on calling him out besides Jay Wilson via his predatory behavior that was exposed by himself? Because that is a very serious situation, right? And then you don't know what exactly he's doing to these young boys, in this socioeconomically depressed neighborhood, right? You don't know if he's trying to turn them out, so to speak, or not. That is like really weird. Did you know Eli was shirtless in Lemon's bedroom when he had camera slip on this? Really, something is that now? I remember there was a some kind of camera slipper situation a long time ago with Lemon and a light skinned little young man, and the young man was shirtless, and it looked like they was on a mattress. The house was a mess or something like that. Is that the situation, or was it something more recent? That's Eli. Okay. Yes, my new name is Oracle's Corner. The reason why I changed my name, is because there are some Olivia trolls going on around here, right? And those Olivia trolls are not me. There's one troll. Oh, I did learn on Tracy though that one of them trolls called Olivia is, and then it has had a smiley face with the glasses on. And oh, that's it right there. I have to explain my name. My granddaughter name is Olivia, and she loves uploading her video. Okay, but they said you was Angela T. White, right? At least that's what Tracy said this morning. But anyway, the reason why I changed my name, y'all, is because there are too many Olivias going on around here anyway. So I just dropped my name from my channel name, my name from my channel name, to let you guys know that I am not a troll. Okay, I don't have a troll page. This Olivia is shady. I am. So you are Angela T. White. Okay, but yeah, I'm glad that they know that you're not me. Because would hate for anybody to think that I have any type of troll page. Because if I'm talking about you, I want you to know I'm talking about you. Hey, CT. Hi, Tisa. And so, but thanks. Yeah, I heard Teresa and them saying that today. But that's why I changed my name, y'all, because it's too many Olivias going on around here for me, and I don't have a troll page. Simply as that. You know what I mean? And so, y'all, please double tap the screen. Thanks for coming in and hit the like button. So, yeah, I really want to get on and talk about Lemon because that behavior is disturbing. Like I said, from what I understand, is he lives in California. And really, how can any young people even thrive in a situation like that? And in the midst of all that, you got a freaking predator on the loose in the community. Whenever they get it misconstrued, I swear. Oh, good. So are there other people thinking that that this avatar that you or me? Are there people thinking that? Cause I figured it was, and I was like, well, let me just go on and drop my name from the channel, honey. Cause so yeah, that's why I changed my name. That's the only reason why. People got the right to have any name they want to, but that's my birth name, and so I was like, well, let me just go on and drop it. Channel name the channel something else, no problem. You know what I mean? I got 30 likes. All right. Yeah, would y'all mind please double tap the screen and share the video, right? Tisa said, I don't watch that chaos. I don't either, Tisa. My spirit can't take this. You know what, Tisa? Me either. And like I said, when I clicked on, I was actually at the store, right, Tisa? And I seen Tracy on, and I started listening for a while because I hadn't heard from Sassy in a very good long while. I remember she said she was going on, to Lent, and she was going to be offline like she do every year, and she never came back. So when I seen the avatar up there today, I stopped and listened, and that's the only way I found out about what went on Pizarro's channel or Jay Wilson's channel, or you know how you follow the breadcrumbs, a child. But other than that, I wouldn't even have heard about this disgusting, disturbing behavior. Can you believe it? Yes. Oh, this is. Oh, wow, they still think that you are me? Wow. See, something told me to change my name. Wow. I don't know why they would think that I would have a troll page. That don't make sense to me. But there are a lot of newcomers around here. Um, that's right, Dr. Sophie. I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. You guys can support me. It don't cost a thing to double tap the screen to give me a like or share the video. That's free. You know what I mean? If you guys would support me like that, I would greatly appreciate it, right? And so, but yeah, I figured that was what was going on. Uh, as far as me, I'm like, I don't have no troll page. I want them to know it's me. I will never, ever, ever have a troll page. Because if I'm talking about you, not only am I gonna put your name on it, okay, you're gonna know it's me. Child, the last baby graduate. Oh, and I was so inspired by how many black children. Yes, honey, we had a graduate this year too, child. Yes, we did, Tisa. Graduating with high honors. We're wasting time, right? We need to support these kids doing. That's right. That's why I have really been sporadic, coming on for I guess about a month. We had a lot going on in this family because we did have our graduate. And I told y'all about my nephew. He's got a full scholarship to play football, and he's going to do that. We've been preparing for that for a good little minute. That's about right. Yeah, we've been preparing for that. Everybody's excited. I'm kind of scared. He's never been away from home, and there's a lot going on, right? He changed up schools. We thought he was going to Tulane University. Now he's going to another HBCU. He refuses to go to a non-HBCU to play football. His coaches try to convince him to go SEC or ACC or what he wanted to do HBCU, and his answer to them was, honey, HBCUs get he said HBCUs still get ESPN time, and they have been following me since I was uh uh 4 years old, cause y'all hear Capricorn, right? Y'all about himself, right? And they gonna follow me wherever I go. That was his words, right? So I said, okay, you go, boy, but this is absolutely your decision, okay? And it's a load off, and then he gets a scholarship, full scholarship. I was like, okay. But that just helps us help him even more, so that's cool. My baby graduated with high honors, and I am just so proud of her. Absolutely, I'm emotional. Honey, I am so happy for you, Tisa. And tell your baby I said congratulations, and God is good all the time. Okay? And there are a lot more, it seems like a lot more young black people graduating, and that's awesome. Awesome. Congratulations. Is to be that is to be celebrated. Well, I mean, he's worked hard for it. He's disciplined himself for years for it. Like I said, the boy been playing ball since he was 4 years old. And so yeah, he's excited. We're excited. I'm afraid. His mom is afraid. Just by the fact of him being, so far away. But we done had all the conversations, honey. All the conversations. So just God is good. We just got to put it in the hands of the Lord and, hope for the best. And but it's been drilled into him forever that, honey, your main focus is education, okay? But because of your gift, you get your education free, okay? Now it be on you what you want to do after you get out of school, but just do what you got to do. So anyway, that and you know what, Tisa, I'm glad you said it because that's another reason why this whole alleged predatory behavior of Lemon, hey True Black Cheetah Girl, is so disturbing to me because of the type of environment that these young people seem like they're in. Like, cause clearly, if you got kids, Mason kids, and young people stealing liquor to sell to the neighborhood creep, I mean, it's very disturbing. I'm so happy seeing our children excel. That's right, me too, Tisa. Me too, child. I cried for days. Child. But that, but it make you, um, what it told me was that these young people that he's being very predatory over allegedly don't have a strong support system, and this happens more often than not, unfortunately. And I was talking earlier about that serial killer John Wayne Gacy that used to lure them little young boys, to his home, and they found him buried under his house, right? And this guy gets on here, he spazzes out, and we know how. I mean, I don't know if he now is he using the alcohol to hide the fact that he's so predatory. Does he think he can get away with it because he's in this gutter neighborhood? Like, what is the mindset? And it don't seem to me like people is having the right conversations. And for the fact that they don't mind that they heard this is beyond me. You know, I just had questions, and I just pray for the children that are anywhere, especially the young boys, evidently, that are anywhere around him. So you getting these boys high and allegedly bringing them into your home and telling them to lay on your bed for what? Exactly. Oh my goodness. Somebody need to call police on him, you know. But when you get situations like that, and these little boys clearly don't want to be touched by him because they're angry with him and talking about it online, you know, you know what'll happen? Y'all won't have no lemon no more, okay? Because they'll handle their own justice. Now, who knows how many young people he done this to? Jay Wilson said he was almost 40 years old. I know they said he's about 35 or 36. But these boys are like, what, 20, 21, or 19 or 18? Who knows how young they are, right? That is predatory behavior. And that is a very serious situation. And like I said, in the fact that you added yourself, that means you're reckless and you're careless. So while you on here hollering and screaming and being predatory to these young men online, like Shaquem and whoever else you're being creepy towards, that says a lot about you, and it also says a lot about those that are want to defend him or anything that he's got going on. But when it comes to, I guess, online in general, not just the beef sector. Honey, if they can put it online, it's gonna be okay, right? You see a lot of that going on with a whole bunch of these stories. Like I talked a couple of days ago, maybe last week, about that woman that has her child out here. The boots on the ground little girl. What's her name? Miss Shirley, and she's taking her to these nightclubs for events, and all of these, men are around this little girl. They got so much access to her. It's just a scary situation. You know, and that is a sign of the times. Evidently, they're literally putting our young people in danger, and so that's why I wanted to come on and speak about it. But Lemon, you are a whole weirdo, and if you have done what these young men have said you have done, and the stuff that these me and a whole lot of people suspect you of doing, you will get your due. Cause karma come quick these days, buddy. It don't matter how much you get online and holler and scream and call people names. It still ain't changing the fact that you are still a whole predatory weirdo. And it amazes me that the people that really become popular around here are the sickest individuals, if you think about it. And that goes back to what I said, but when they said this morning about if it's gutter, it's good. Honey, this is beyond gutter. It is insane. Okay? Because what's this whole sector has devolved into insanity. That's why I really don't even be wanting to do commentary. I did commentary the other day on that old lady Yaya over there and the way that she spoke. Because Sean Bradley mentioned that she used to be a dope fiend. Because she said, so, hey, Miss Creole, it is sad because she was a dope fiend and she took it and blew it all out of proportion. I mean, if you said it, I even heard Sassy say it this morning on Tracy's that she remembers when Yaya said that. And so you want to be mad with everybody else because of something that you said. And that's what I meant by just because, see, these people, all these familiar spirits and these demons, you can tell how somebody lived their life by the way that they act, okay? I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, they call it content or talent. Ain't that something? That is very weird to me, but I guess they figure, hey, he ain't in my neighborhood, or he ain't around my kids, or they just don't care anyway. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why they can cape for them online. Because they seem to, excuse a lot of stuff. Online. I guess because that it's like it's not reality to them, but it's a microcosm of reality, especially when you hear a story about somebody like Lemon allegedly, fondling or being predatory towards these young men. That's something like that is very disturbing. And for the fact that they only think of it as content or talent, that's disturbing as well. And so the whole thing is just weird. And he a big old man, you know what I mean? Like, oh Lord, he can probably overpower them little kids in that neighborhood. Cause we saw how he looked on I don't know, when they was on the Vegas trip, right? So he a big old dude. And he probably ain't as drunk as he be acting, especially when it comes to being predatory towards some young kids in the neighborhood, luring him to his house to do, and ain't that his mama house? To do weird stuff to him. I mean, it's just the thought of it. Like, are people like really just sitting down and thinking about what was said for real? Because that is weird. But what's even more weird is the fact that they still love him, which is fine. I mean, you like who you like, but honey, you are like a possible predator. And I guess, like I said, they don't care if it's not their kids or if he's not in their neighborhood. And would he even care if they, some people have been conditioned to all sorts of dysfunction, right? And you can see that as well, not only over here, but especially over here, because of the nature of the beast around here when it comes to the tonality of the so-called content around here. The way that they uplift crackheads and bad moms and now predators of young men, and it's just horrible. It really is horrible. And then you get old people like that ugly old buckwheat lady over there, spinning narratives and outright lying at her old. That old woman, yeah, you got 1.5 feet in the grave, okay? And you calling somebody bitter and old when you the oldest thing around here. And if it's anybody that's bitter, it's you, honey. I guess you mad because you sick or something. Maybe that's why you so mean and surly. Child, I don't know. Okay? Oh, child, it's just pathetic. And I know why you don't like me, honey, because I am not you, honey. We are not the same. All right? Oh, child. It's some of those women for me that support him and fight for him. Absolutely, Miss Girl. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about, child. Absolutely. Y'all, please double tap the screen and give your girl a like. Share the video, because but like what was said, like it was serious to me. And then nobody brought it to YouTube but him. So you added yourself? You added yourself. I was like, wow. That is crazy to me. But everything happened for a reason, you know. Everything happens for a reason. But I would advise you all, because some people like to have these excursions with people offline, like the meet and greets and all of this and all that. And for the most part, if you want to engage in something like that, it ain't nothing wrong with it. But do you really know these people? Like, I never would want to have a meet and greet or go to a meet and greet. I don't know these people. I don't know nobody on here for real. And there is a lot of people on here with predatory behavior, in my opinion. Okay? Not just Lemon. He just exposed himself. Just a whole weirdo. And then they think it's cute. And they still want to follow behind him. Because they like it. That ain't even entertaining to me. That's why it's nothing to talk. I had a good time yesterday over there on Deanna's video, when we was having a conversation with Cruiser. So the Cruiser really put her page incognito over what happened the other day. I was like, wait, what happened? Child, anyway, I had a good. That was good. The other day it was original. It was organic. It was old beef sector, and then people like don't understand if they've just gotten around here the difference between the old beef sector and the new beef sector. And people hate to keep saying it, but there is absolutely literally no honor among thieves around here these days, right? They have no integrity, no moral compass. Even you uplifting madness, right? You uplift. You don't mind if somebody come on your channel and porn bomb you or flag your channel for nothing. Just and they lift up the flat out lies. Where they come out of these and all of this debauchery going on around here. And you patting some. The more sick you are, the more popular you are. And then people really need to think about that, because what does it say about you? You know what I mean? I can't even listen to half of them, right? The reason why I stopped, with number one, it makes some of this stuff make me want to challenge, be shaking my head. Let me put it that way. The level of cognitive dissonance, the level of arrested development, the level of sheer ignorance that goes on around here is beyond me. You got sons and daughters of perdition around here. You got people committing apostasy because they are absolutely unrepentant when it comes to their sins. It's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, the hood tape, how you doing? I mean, just flaunting the debauchery around, making light of it. You got people uplifting it. You got these mammies and pygmies, protected predators now, and oh Lord, it's a lot going on. But I guess after a while it even get even sicker than this. Really. But it will be interesting to see if anybody, what, you can't expect something from people that they don't have, right? So if nobody's alarmed by what Lemon exposed on himself, nobody probably even really cares. But what the deal is, um, um, it lets you know where a lot of people's mindsets are. And where a lot of people mindsets are right down there with Lemons, and it's absolutely sick and disturbing. So that's right, no more compass at all, Dr. Soapy, no more compass at all. And you really have to watch out for people like that, right? When you be in the midst of a group of people, honey, you have to put your full armor on, right? And guard your heart, your mind, and your soul. Because I truly believe these familiar spirits will glamour you and jump off on you, on this device right here. See, AI, child, it is not the work of anything good. You have good stuff coming from the internet. A lot of information is more easily accessible to the world. But then, you got a lot of predators and stuff like Lemon, because they say all the predators are online now, right? And so you have a lot of dysfunction, mental illness, mentally ill people, dysfunctional people. You got a lot of stalking going on. You got a lot of weird things that's going on in the internet. So you really have to be careful. And then you think it's cute because you want to be a part of the group, back in some nonsense. Blessing and a curse, right? I agree with that, Dr. Soapy. True Black says sneaking at work. I know that's right, True Black. Have a good day at work. But you got people, who knows if they even would act like this offline, some of the followers around here. But the fact that you lift them up and you still protect them, and a lot of y'all have children yourself, and you think it's cute and ain't nothing wrong with it, and it's just entertainment. Child, what's going on in this B sector these days? This is not entertainment. Okay, you got a whole bunch of demented people running a whole bunch of goofy plays, letting they freak flags fly, letting their mental illness fly, letting they predatory natures fly, And so I'm like, oh my goodness. Teacher said the way God been speaking to me in 2025, I've been watching all the evil, right, and dysfunction, right? And it's so clear. It's no longer disguised, right? I protect my peace, but stay away. I know that's right, Teacher. You have to protect your own peace, honey. Okay? I bet I just sometimes I don't even do a video on it. I don't even see. There are very few people that I watch over here. right? And had I not stumbled on Treek that was going down my feed, Tracy and Sassy Child, I wouldn't even known about this. I wouldn't even have to come on here and talk about it. I wouldn't have known about it because I don't go to Pizarro's channel, or absolutely not a Lemons channel, or yeah, or a whole bunch of these channels. I don't even visit them, and I'm sure they don't visit mine. But I did hear about it, and I ran up on it. Child, and I heard seen some of the commentary, and the fact that a lot of people was down in the chat, defending him when he exposed this himself. He exposed it himself. Okay, if it's a lie, them little boys told it on him and make it so bad. Jay Wilson was saying, dude, you need to take down that video. It's making you look bad. So I don't know if he took the video down or not. And really, how could he take the video down? Because it's the reason why he won't take the video down, if he ain't took it down, it is because it will make him look even more guilty. You see what I'm saying? So he between a rock and a hard place. But honey, if you are preying on these little young boys, getting them high and getting them to do whatever because you want to do what you want to do to them, you are no more better or no different than these Catholic priests out here that they did what they did or do what they do to them little boys in the Catholic Church. That is so absolutely disgusting, and it takes me back, all the way back. Y'all remember the months when people was dragging Crystal when she was questioning why somebody would let him babysit? It's got a new meaning to me now. That's a good question. When Crystal was asking that question, why would anybody let him babysit? Okay, with all this new information that he's done exposed himself. See, people don't be worried about the right thing, right? And even if you come on here and do this type of commentary that I'm doing right now, no, it's not going to change his ways. But see, life, the world will catch up, with him because you got these little young boys. I don't know if they're high or on drugs or what they are. They probably need money. Or listening to what type of neighborhood he lives in. But one day you will run up on the right one, and you won't have to worry about it no more. Okay? You will not have to worry about it. And for the fact that you so old and you taking advantage of, no wonder he got such a way about himself. That's camouflage. You know what I mean? He act younger than his age, and act stupid. He probably ain't as drunk as he is. All that is camouflage. It's just a mask. It's just masking who he really is. And that's why he exposed himself. Y'all better watch. Y'all better watch. Teacher said, I no longer even share videos from this sector. Doesn't mean I don't like the people. Right, right. I no longer want to be part of the problem in promoting dysfunction. I heard that. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's just drinking. You know what? It sound like that too. I know that they said he smoked marijuana, but what is he putting in the marijuana, child? You know. It really has become. It's always been toxic, Dr. Sophie, but it's worse now. It's downright gutter. It's downright trash these days. Because it used to be some entertainment. Even in the midst of the dysfunction around here, and people would, actually call people out. When it got too bad. But these days, honey, it ain't no too bad. Okay. It is no longer no too bad. The lowest it don't matter what low they go to, the lower they get, the more popular they become. You know, the lower they get, the more popular they become. You can see by the people that they promote around here these days. You can tell that. And so a lot of us older ones that's been around here for a good little minute simply or just shaking our heads around because what they do is not even beef sector content, really. These 2.0 people, this is not even beef sector content, that they do. If you think about it, like it really is not. It is a whole bunch of madness from drug addicts and scammers and liars and thieves. They disrespect their own subscribers. They act like they falling out, but then they right back in each other's face. That means it's not authentic. It's not real. Or they think so less of themselves that you can call them anything or say anything in the world about it and they're going to be good. Okay? As long as they on here having a voice. Okay? The voice of dysfunction. That's why Lemon, he'll be just fine. He'll be more popular than now forever. You know why? Because because this got to be some kind of ritual type situation that we don't explain, that we don't understand. Because for people to be still protecting somebody like that, child, like I said, he'll be more popular than ever now. You know, we used to be able to laugh at it, right? You used to be able to laugh at it, right? You ain't laughed over here in a long, me either, Tisa. That's why I can't even hardly talk about him no more. And the reason why I'm out of the loop is a lot of this stuff I refuse to even listen to. Okay, how you doing, Sheila E? The Quiet Storm. I refuse to even listen to it. Like I said, I slipped up on this today. And if it wouldn't have been so disturbing to me, I wouldn't even been talking about it. I don't follow behind them people no more. I don't even watch their channel. I never was a watcher of that dang on Lemons channel anyway, because something has always not been right to me when it comes to him. And child, mm-mm. A little more coming out at the time. That drinking ain't doing him no good. Because see, that drinking, that alcohol got him exposing himself. And you got to be careful with them spirits, honey. There's a reason why they call alcohol and them drugs and those mood altering chemicals. There's a reason why they call them spirits, okay? Child, because they let your true nature come out. It pulls who you really are. That's why they people say, a drunk will tell the truth or something like that. Because it's their true nature coming out. All right, child. I'm listening to you just to find out what's going on. Thank you, Tisa. I drop down every now and then. I can't stay up with the. Oh no, child. I ain't never been able to do that, Tisa, child. Maybe a lot of them are sleep that. You know what? You got a good point, Tisa, because maybe it's cult like mentality. They stay up all night and talk and talk and talk, and it is kind of like say you up for 24 or 48 hours listening to one voice. The whole time or day in and day out listening to one voice or one people talking about that same person. You start to get some kind of a conditioning towards all that madness, and maybe it's for a reason. You know what I mean? That's cult like behavior. So maybe that's the reason why they feel like they gotta protect that pervert. And he ain't the only pervert over here that's protected, okay? A lot of these pick me heifers over here protect a lot of these weirdos. A lot of this behavior that the world has normalized, it ain't nothing but weirdo behavior. Okay? It's demonic. Okay? And people just like uplifted and think that it's cool, and they get mad at you for telling the truth about it. You know what I mean? I was looking at that old lady Yaya's video when she was trying to respond to the truth that I was telling about her the other day. So I was reading a little bit of comment section, and it was one lady in the comment section that I ain't never said nothing to. I ain't never seen her on my channel, and I darn sure ain't never been to hers. She's down there calling me a mean lady and all this and all that. I'm thinking, lady, we never had words with each other. I'm not mean. You just don't like to hear the truth. The truth sounds like madness to your ears because you got that demonic spirit, that familiar spirit onto you. So when you get somebody trying to have some type of moral compass, it don't sound right to you because it's the truth, and the truth you don't want to hear. See, that's what's wrong with the church these days. Atisa, as a matter of fact, they want to teach prosperity, and they want to teach all this feel good, pseudo psychological stuff. But what they don't want to do is tell you how to save your soul. They don't want to teach you right and wrong. They want to acquiesce to everything that they know that the Bible says is wrong. So they can keep their parishioners and all of this and all that. They ain't doing nothing but sending you down the road of perdition, and you ain't got sense enough to realize it. Okay, a lot of this stuff that you see in the church these days, that go directly against what's in the word, right? You see it and you know it ain't right, but they are still doing it in the church, and that's why you got a lot of this stuff going on, because the church once used to be a foundation for the black community. Black community has even corrupted that. The demons have infiltrated. None of the ground is hallowed or consecrated anymore. That's why you can get somebody like a TD Jakes to be backing somebody like a Diddy. All this Diddy demonic behavior, you see all these false prophets and these false prophet spirits, around here. Even in the beef sector, you got people running around here with false prophet spirits, and all they can say is, "Oh, I love Jay Wilson." Okay, you are apostolizing what you got to say. You are a son of perdition. You are absolutely unrepentant, and the first thing you do is get on here and mock the Lord openly. By singing Christian songs and all of this and all that when you ain't nothing but a demon. That's why I can't stand him. That's why every once in a while I will have commentary on Jay Wilson, because that is a demonic entity. And for the fact that people love him, that means they are familiar with his spirit, and that says a lot about them. Okay, that don't make no sense. Y'all better pay attention and watch what's really going on around here. Okay, keep letting the world tell you how to move, and letting the world dictate to you what's right and what's wrong. Okay, you'll find out in the end. Yes, you will. Child, you preaching? The Bible said this. The Bible said it would happen in the right day, in the last days, Tisa. That's what I be talking about. Pay attention. That's right. The signs. The signs, honey. The signs. See, people be trying to call. People love to call me like homophobic. I'm like, why would I be homophobic? I don't hate nobody around here. Number one, I don't know y'all. And then just how you live your lifestyle. I don't hate how you live your lifestyle or how even you are, but I hate the fact that I hate the sin. The sin, how you choosing to do what you do. That's the sin, not the person. And I guess that's hard to explain, but I hate it for them. It's unfortunate. I feel like it's unfortunate because the world done told you it's okay and it's not. Okay, they done did a whole trick bag on you. All right? You don't know. See, people used to get mad because when I was over there in the old black sector, even in the conscious sector for a little while, people used to talk about the black agenda, destroying the image of the black male, right? They didn't want have a community to have any more strong black role models like a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King or like a Muhammad Ali or any strong black men that stood for something, right? They didn't want that. That's right. A lot of people have been conditioned. You're right, Tisa. So they didn't want that. You don't know. They have been doing experiments on our people since slavery, right? Just like they did, the indigenous Indians. They gave them quilts and made them walk the what they call it, the Trail of Tears, and them quilts was infected with what was they infected with, polio or something, whatever them quilts was infected with, and killed thousands of these peoples for their own land. This is their land. This we was brought over here, but we know who took their land from them, right? And then try to commit genocide on them, But they still around. But then they segregated them to these little tribal areas that they have around here, segregated them from their own land. Just like they took us away from our land, and been experimenting on us forever. So who knows what we've been ingesting? Who knows what black males in particular have been ingesting to put them in the situation that they in right now. You know what I mean? Because you can't tell me that all of them wasn't born this way. Okay? You simply cannot tell me that. And then underneath it all, you still got a lot of he-man black woman haters. You got a lot of black men that simply don't like black women because they are not black women. They feel like they got it easier in this world, and not only do they not like you, they want to become you. Okay? And then you get more dysfunction on top of that. You got people running around here with severe cases of body dysmorphia. Okay? Turning themselves in oh girl, but anyway, I'm not even go there. But when you go to when you take all of that, when you combine all of that, and you hear something like a lemon expose himself when it comes as it pertains to predatory behavior, and it don't matter if you call him out on it or not, he's still gonna do it. But when he come on, but for all you know, he might be pow right online one day from one of them little young boys he been touching on. Okay, then what they gonna say about that? Huh? Because the little boys already letting them know that we don't like this. We don't want you to get us high. and then tell us to come lay on your bed. Okay? We don't want you doing that to us. You know, and a lot of predators prey in these socioeconomically depressed neighborhoods. That's where they thrive. You know what I mean? A lot of their mamas and daddies, or even if they know their daddies, or even if they know their mamas, but they live in these socioeconomically depressed neighborhoods, and their parents are on drugs, or say they got a single mom, and the mom is always at work all the time just to keep them afloat. That's why I told y'all to watch that movie, Straw, from Tyler Perry. If y'all haven't seen it on Netflix, Tisa, if you got Netflix, please watch the movie Straw if you haven't watched it yet. Tyler did us black women right in this movie this time. You know, that movie is powerful. That movie got so many messages in it. Oh, like, oh my God, I'm not even gonna give no spoilers away, but I'm gonna recap it next week when people don't have the time to watch it this weekend. But I don't know if y'all done seen Straw yet on Netflix. It stars Tayana Taylor, Taraji P. Henson, Sherry Shepard. They did a wonderful job in this. Oh my God, did you see? I haven't seen it yet, Creole. Have you seen? You heard a review on it? Yes, Tisa. Child, please watch it. Miss Creole, have you seen Straw? If you ain't seen Straw, uh, Miss Creole, please watch that movie. Please watch it. Oh my God, it had me in tears. I was like, oh my, that movie right there, that movie broke me down. Tyler did that. He did that right there because I've been tired of Tyler Perry for years. You know what I mean? But this movie right here, and I wasn't even finna watch it. But my niece said, watch it. You're gonna be surprised. Watch it. It's really good. I watched it twice already. I watched it twice back to back. I said, well, okay. And then I watched it last night, y'all. And Lord have mercy, by the end of that movie, I was in tears. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And then the plot twist at the end, child, there was a lot going on. That's a good movie. Y'all need to watch that. I highly recommend it. I think I'm going to put it on my community wall for a weekend movie, good weekend movie. Oh man, y'all going to want to watch that. So do yourself a favor and watch it. It's called Straw and it's on Netflix. But anyway, like on that movie, I would say this little bit. To Roger P. Henson was a single mom. She had a child that she was trying to care for. And she was working hard and doing everything she could to care for this baby. You know, and it was just heart wrenching. And then I come online and I hear about people macing children, and what type of neighborhood is this guy living in? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God. And then you got people being dysfunctional in the neighborhood around the kids. He being predatory around the kids. I mean, what? It's like the poor babies, they don't have a choice. And if they get out, alive, number one, and get out and make anything of themselves, it'll be of their own volition. Because it sounds like he in one of them areas. You know what I mean? But he don't want to go nowhere. That's why he still want to live with his mama. So he can be predatory. So you got to read between the lines and see what's a little bit at the time you finding out about what Lemon is about. Okay? And he ain't about nothing. You almost 40 years old living with your mama and you luring in these little young boys so you can touch on them. You ought to be ashamed of you, allegedly. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But of course he's not. And the people still gonna support him. But you got a right to support who you want to support. But the whole thing is sick to me. And like I said, it made me think back to that Vegas video of him and Shaquem. And that, honey, that little play fighting they was doing, honey, that looked a whole different way to me. I was like, was he really trying to touch on Shaquem when he was acting like that? Like, we know the fella is little and all of this and all that. And honey, that might be his type. Cause he a big old well of a looking of a man. I always trying to call somebody fat with his bloated self. Okay, can you imagine how his liver look? They say he drink 24 hours a day. I bet he ain't that drunk. I bet he want people to think he that drunk. Okay, so he can be a weirdo, a predator, a sick, demented individual. Okay, and use alcohol as an excuse. Those people, he got his mask is on real good, honey. He got a real good mask, okay, when it comes to his demonic self and his demonic soul. But people love that type of person over here, okay, like I said. and it's just he a whole weirdo, and then you exposed yourself. Ain't nobody had to dox you, this information on you or nothing. You exposed yourself. How that make you feel? That is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But that's okay. Just like you expose yourself, that when in these little neighborhoods and these little young boys think they ain't got no hope or can't get no help or ain't nobody gonna believe them. They don't know how to tell cause somebody done touched on them, which mean they can't get no help. You know what I mean? They gonna help themselves one day, and we won't have to worry about you around here. Okay? Now, I wonder you gonna expose that? You're gonna be dead online doing your home chronicles, and then everybody gonna realize that, hey, we ain't got to worry about him no more, cause Eli finally got tired of being touched, or what was they calling the other one? Michael Jackson finally got tired of having the wet behind, having to lay on his bed. They finally got tired of it online. We ain't got to worry about him no more. Only thing y'all gonna have to worry about is a poor little doggy. Who gonna feed the little doggy? Maybe mama will keep the little doggy. Take care of the little doggy. And I'm talking about Lemon's dog. I forgot the name of Creed or whatever. Cause Lemon's gonna be no more. Putting his hands on these fellas, and they been letting them know ahead of time that, look, we tired of you touching on us. We know what you doing. Okay? That is weird. But anyway, I just want to come on and talk about it because I'm like, oh my God, that was very disturbing to me. And people was really talking real blasé about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, like, y'all ain't fazed by this? Like, have you been conditioned so this is normal in your world? Y'all cool with it? But hey, evidently, they still flocking to him like flies to ish. He a whole clown. He a whole John Wayne Gacy clown. Okay. One day he gonna be telling them where to go find the bodies in them Hollywood and up there in them Hollywood hills or wherever, or them California hills. Okay. Because if he living in the projects, it probably ain't nowhere to bury him. Okay. Child. So he got to use his mama's car to take him off somewhere. I'm gonna say allegedly. Okay. You got to be leery of people like that. That is weird. And like I said, for the fact that he exposed himself, child, y'all might see him on the news one day. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised. Like I said, all the weirdos is online these days. All the weirdos is these ones that folks be caping for. These the weirdos, okay? They got these masks on to cover the true demon face. Okay, so they mask up, okay? And they pick out, and the people that follow them be familiar. And I'm talking about men and women on here, right? They be the spirits. They be familiar to them. They have that cult like some of them like Diddy have that cult like following. That charismatic nature that that brings in people that spirits are familiar with theirs. That's why that Diddy. I don't know if honey. He's a better cult leader than he is a music producer. Okay, because them people around there show. I mean, they got Stockholm syndrome to the night power. Okay, all that horrible stuff that they sit up and watch them do decade after decade. I'm like, oh my God, it's just horrible. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. That's all the preaching I got. But y'all better watch. You better guard yourself. And it's fine to watch, the entertainment if you think it's entertainment. But don't let this stuff seep into your heart and soul. Don't let it do that, cause it can. You can set up and be as foul as a lemon. Okay. You can find yourself as foul as a lemon, falling behind these sons and daughters of perdition, okay? And they walking your soul through the gates of hell right along with them, and you going willingly, okay? He could be a black dog, okay, right, CT, right, you never know. He doesn't have real relationships. It is something off about him. Yes, and it's starting to come to the light. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I absolutely agree with you. I sure do. I sure do. But like I said, what's more scary is you still got people caping for him. Child. Beware. Beware. Beware of false prophets. Okay? Beware. And false prophets don't even necessarily have to pertain to anything concerning the Bible. Beware of anybody that wants you wants you to follow them, or glamour you into following their debauchery, into not minding their madness. Beware of anybody like that. Okay? Child, don't let them walk you down to the road to perdition. Mm-mm. Don't do it. If you see it as entertainment, okay, but shoot, all right. You better know when to say when. Okay. Number one caller says something is wrong with Lemon. Um, he got issues. Yeah, you can tell he got issues, right? I don't think he cares at all. I don't either. It's all a game for him. Storyline. Right, right. You know what? You are right about that. All right. It's high mental. It seemed like he could be like he's got some kind of sociopathic slash psychopathic tendencies or something. When you listen to all the nonsense, it's just real weird. And he take his abuse, he take it out when he's online. He's abusing these, mostly, I guess, guys and, women that let him, verbally abuse them and all this and all that. If he's doing all of this online, can you imagine what he's doing offline? Because he's exposed some of what he's doing offline. But can you imagine to the level that he's doing it offline? And I feel so sorry for them little boys, that Eli and that Michael Jackson, whatever they call him. Ain't no telling how many of them it's done been. I feel so sorry for him. I'm like, oh my God. But one of them little boys, go, okay. All right, keep playing. They miss me. A lot of TikTok CCs have been taken out of the chair, right? Live on chair, okay. Okay. Hey, number one caller. I thought I said hey, but if I didn't, hey. But thank all of you guys for coming in. I'm gonna get off here, child. And y'all make sure y'all watch that Netflix movie, Straw. It's real good, ladies, okay, and gentlemen. It's real good. Like, you won't be disappointed. But child, all y'all gotta do is sit back and watch, cause karma comes quick these days. But that's a whole weirdo. That's a whole widow for real. And like I said, he exposed himself. He brought his own tea to the streets. Ain't that something? You can't care or give a darn when you still talking stuff. And your own tea done been exposed by yourself. You exposed your own tea around here. And you know why he don't mind? Because he know it's going to be okay. That's why he don't mind. And that's why he don't care. Because he know it's going to be okay. Because a lot of them that follow him and cape for him and love to have them on the path, they're just as foul as he is. Okay? They're just as foul as he is. Okay? Anything goes around here. Aleister Crowley finally done got his wish. Okay? Do as thou wilt. He want to do as thou wilt culture, honey. And these days, people are doing as thou wilt. Okay? But without any type of control or moral compass at all, it ain't nothing but chaos. All right? Just remember that. And just because the world say it's okay, don't mean it's okay. I don't care if I got to say that every video. Just because the world tell you it's okay, don't mean it's okay. All right? Child. I'm not caping for none of this mess around here. It's weird. Like I said, I refuse to even listen to them or look at them. But I've been thinking that lemon thing has been weird ever since I heard of him. Okay, since he started the channel, I'm like, ugh. Every time you turn around, there's something going on. But I'm so glad he tried to make they demonize Krista about what she said about him and babysitting, and now look what he done exposed on himself. So you really got to think about things in that type of nature, cause those type of people, you gotta watch them. Okay, so you don't expose it about yourself. So you let people castigate Krista about what she said, and you babysitting, and now look, you got people what high and stuff coming to lay on your bed, and you got other little young ones telling you tired of they tired of you touching them. Okay, all right, okay. It's disgusting. I hope Krista do a video about this if she done even heard of it. Oh, she might. Is it the weekend when she's with her little friend? I don't know. But anyway, I hope she heard about this sick mess. Ugh. Mm-mm. But she fell for this familiar spirit as well. I tell you, these demons, they'll get you at your low point. You got to be prayed up. And don't be letting a prayer over you either. Pray for yourself. Okay? Don't be letting these demons like Jay Wilson pray for you or pray over you. You better do it your darn self. All right? You don't want none of that stuff popping back off on you. Child. I even heard something else that was could be a potential real situation that could possibly go on around here. I'm not gonna speak on it, but all I know is while you're running around here talking about something, you're gonna take a trip to New Orleans. Go on down to New Orleans if you want to and get hemmed up for real. Okay, you can get hemmed up and not even never see the person that you're coming down there for. Okay? They ain't gonna have to lay eyes on you. You get hemmed up. So go on down there and play with New Orleans if you want to. Honey, that's a portal down there, all down and through there, the Mississippi Delta, New Orleans, all that's a whole portal. A lot of places in the South is portals. So go on down there and play with them folks if you want to. Think it's all fun and games. Lose your mind, be lost. Never found. You could become a prisoner in your own body. Ain't that something? You can become your own captor. And when you get listening to these people with all this sickness and whatever else, this weirdo stuff that they got going on in their minds, that's what people are doing. They've imprisoned they've allowed these familiar spirits and demons to possess them and you know and pretty like hold them captive in their own bodies. You still listening? So my heart is disturbed too. It's really a scary situation, honestly, when you think about it. But anyway, I just want to give y'all a little bit of commentary, share my point of view with what I heard. I'm really glad I heard that because it is a perfect example of what I be talking about when it comes to some of the things that's going on around here, which is why I can't do commentary. I refuse to do commentary on a lot of these fools. I am not interested, okay? They got that commentary out of me the other day about the Yaya and the Sean Bradley and the whole thing, even when it came to me, because that was organic, you know what I mean? But a lot of this old fakery, foolery that's going on around here, child. And then they are so oblivious to what's going on that they are exposing themselves. I was like, y'all, ain't nobody got to expose them. They doing it to themselves. And then they don't even feel bad about exposing themselves to this weirdo stuff that they be doing. We done seen a couple of weirdo things that make me go online. Okay, we seen a woman with some kind of whole machine with a car motor in it, you know, so she can pleasure herself, but she's supposed to be gay. Now we done seen this potential predator. We done seen a whole bunch of debate. You see these crackheads and these prostitutes, you know, and these dope things rising to prominence around here. You know, the whole thing is just weird when you think about it. Okay, I mean it, Dr. Sobe. I hate to say it that way, but baby, will this live help my time? Oh, thank you, CT. Thank you. And thank you guys so much. Y'all please hit the I'm gonna get off it, but y'all please double click the eye. Y'all see the eye right there? Please double click it on your way out the door and give your girl a like. You know, I ain't trying to scam you out of a like. I'm just trying to ask you for one, child. Okay. Honey. But anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Thank you, Dr. Soapy, for coming in. You know, I always appreciate you. Thank you, Olivia is Shady, for letting people know that you was Olivia is Shady, Angela T. White, and you was not the Oracle, okay? But that's why I changed my name, y'all. There's a whole bunch of Olivias running around these days. Not just you, but a whole bunch. It's another Olivia running around here. A couple of them, I think. But anyway, y'all, like I said, y'all make sure y'all watch Straw. Y'all, look, I mean, oh, Jesus. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Miss Me. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's all right. I sure do appreciate you. Child, I can't tell y'all the last time I got a super chat, but thank you, girl. Thank you. It means a lot. Me somebody appreciated my commentary. But anyway, y'all watch, okay, and be vigilant. Just guard your heart, mind, and soul. If you think it's entertaining, that's cool. Oh yeah, thank you very much, Miss Me. That means a lot to me. Thank you. This is very touching to me. But just that's fine. But just know what it is that you watching. You know, and leave it. And when you cut off the application, just leave it on the app. You know, just leave it on the app. That's what I do. I leave it on the app. Okay. Child, don't let these familiar spirits jump off on you and seek into your real world. It's weird. They're getting weirder and weirder around here. I'm telling y'all, something's gonna happen. You know, something's gonna happen bad around here. It's too much going on. Okay? So y'all better watch. Stay vigilant and stay diligent when it comes to this madness. But anyway, I gotta go. Thank you guys for joining me. Like I said once again. Oh yeah, y'all check out my product tag bag, okay? I explained myself. Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. You did Angela T. I get it. Yeah, about your granddaughter. Yeah, hey, you got a right to name your avatar anything you want to. Okay, that's I just went on and changed mine. And so yeah, no, I don't have no problem with it. But I didn't know that people was thinking I had a troll page or something. But thanks for letting me know that. Cause I'm like, these new people clearly don't know who I am, honey. Cause if I'm coming for you, I want you to know. And it ain't gonna be under no troll name. All right, it's gonna be me. You gonna know it's me. You gonna know it's the Oracle, okay? Child. But anyway. But I was like, no ma'am. Got too many new people around here. Some of these a lot of these new folks, they don't go back and they really don't know the history and they don't do the research, and that's why you can get these people rebranding themselves. Okay, that's why you can get a lot. I talked about rebranding on the video that I did the other day. People rebranding themselves, child, and people going for it because they don't know no better, or either they don't care. Either way, for whatever reason, it is what it is, I guess. But anyway, I gotta go. Y'all have a nice rest of your day. Have a nice rest of your weekend. Please hit the like button on your way out the door. Please share the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Peace.